Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. I've got another weekly planning routine video for you. So I'm going to be going through my whole weekly planning routine to get all set up for the week ahead, which is actually the current week, and that is the week of February 12th. It's actually currently February 12th. I did a little bit of planning in my daily duo. I had to get this set up yesterday. This week is both really busy, very important to my overall workflow for my freelance business, and also it's a really short week because we're going into President's Day weekend. We're potentially getting another snow day tomorrow. The kids have off at the end of the week too, so I've really got to focus up and figure out how I'm gonna get things scheduled for the week. I don't have a lot of meetings and stuff this week, so we're gonna start right in with my MakseLife and get my weekly action set up for the week. We're also gonna check back in on how things went last week. I've got a bunch of different planners right here. One where we're gonna start weekly actions. I'm also gonna be using the MakseLife lined vertical again this week. Really excited to try this out. I've actually got stickers for this week, which are somewhere here to use in here. We're gonna create a weekly overview spread there, and I'm gonna be using these stickers mostly from Mama Gloria's. I have this cute little Valentine's Day set of stickers right here, so we'll use some of that. Some of these are actually formatted for the daily duo. On some days, I'll just be sticking with the weekly planner. On some days, I'll also be using the daily planner, so I can pull that in as well. And then just in case I want to use them, I've got some Valentine's washies handies, and I also have these stickers from the daily grind, so I just wanted to keep those handy just in case as well. Again, I do have my daily duo here in case I want a daily planner up in here. And then I also have my new Erin Condren productivity notebook here. I am obsessed with this thing. So this is an example of a spread I did. This was in my planning routine video from last week, and I used this as a daily planner. I think this is amazing on a day when you have a lot of meetings, or if you have like a big meeting that's gonna need notes for it, because then you can use this side of the page for that. I kind of wish I had set this up for today because I did have a PTA meeting this morning, but it's okay. I just took a couple of notes on my phone there because I had not thought of that. I actually didn't realize there was a PTA meeting until about an hour before, but that happened. So I might use this later on in the week, maybe on Thursday again when I have my work project meeting later in the week, because other than that, I actually don't have a lot of meetings this week, but we will circle back around to all of those things. First, let's get started with some weekly actions. So this is from last week. I love having the little bookmark in here. It really helps you keep your place. There was so much admin last week, so I do feel like I did a good job of that. I really didn't get like as much work as I wanted to get done last week, but the admin just really took a lot out of me, as did some other stuff that went on. But I, in general, feel like I'm doing a good job. We got the Valentine's Day parties. The plane tickets are all done. We did not book the Disney tickets yet, but we just decided to wait on that. I did not do this, so this one's like kind of half done. I feel like I did a really good job managing the call schedule, but it totally disrupted my workflow. The project tracker is done, and I did not really start on what I wanted to start. The school forms are done. The camp forms I decided to wait on. They're not due for a really long time, and it's mostly just like the medical stuff, and the kids haven't been for their well check yet this year, which actually needs to go on my week for this week. And the daily clean is going well. So overall, it was a really good and busy week. I definitely could have gotten more done on the work front, but I just didn't. However, I did make like really huge progress on admin. I'm not gonna do formal reflections. Those are my reflections for the week. I need to work more on actual work, and it would be really helpful if other things in my life would cooperate with that. And if not, I just kind of need to like reprioritize, because it's definitely, some of it is a prioritization issue. So I'm gonna give myself a very firm work goal here, and that is gonna need to happen despite whatever goes on with like school schedules, etc., whatever. I really need to make like, I'm just gonna say like done or near done. It doesn't necessarily need to be 100%, but on like I need to hit like a milestone on this project. I need to like really get in the flow of working on this, of like building out the slides that I need to build out and the other things that I need to build out. So I really just need to get in the flow of working on this. Basically, there's like a bunch of stuff that I need to build by kind of like mid-March. So I need, and usually I'm very like much a wait and deadline kind of person. I don't miss my deadlines, but sometimes I make it, cut it really close, and that is not what I want to do here. So I really need to get into the flow with this. In terms of other stuff, I don't think I have anything really major going on. Just stay in the flow with everything else. But I think I'm really just gonna put this for the week and just really try and focus on this and let kind of the channel stuff take a little bit more of a backseat this week. I have like a lot of content prepped and stuff, so it shouldn't impact my posting schedule or anything like that if I, you know, take it a little bit easier on content stuff this week. So I think I'm gonna just make this is gonna be like my big key goal for the week that we're gonna go in circles around here. Just feeling like it needs to be a little bit more than I have been making it. All right, then let's go. One. We've got some definite and potential no school days coming up, so let's make sure we've got stuff for that, and then also weekend plans, and then maybe some preliminary birthday party stuff, yeah. And squeeze one more in there. Maybe we're like toying with what we want to do for spring break. It's just like it's sandwiched. It's such an awkward week, and it's sandwiched in between a bunch of travel and whatever. But so we're just still trying to kind of figure that out. Maybe do like something really small or whatever. I'm not really sure. All right. Volunteering here. We just have at the class party, and that's pretty much it for that. For financial, I'm having an ongoing small tax issue with some of my tax documents, so I just need to follow up and make sure that gets resolved. I would love to handle more of the financial stuff that I have on my docket for this week, but I don't think that's going to happen, so I'm not even going to put it down. And then here, okay, up in the health and wellness one, I need to book some appointments. I also need to schedule an OBGYN appointment for myself, which I feel like they keep telling me I'm overdue for. And then, so I've been trying to like work off ClassPass credits so that I don't run over like what I'm allowed to carry over to the next month, and it actually renews on the 19th. So I'm just gonna try and use as many as I can this week. I may lose some credits, which I'm not happy about, but at this point there's only like a limited amount of things that I can do about that. So I'm just going to use as many as I can basically this week. And that is obviously going to depend on how many days the kids actually have school. And we need to check in on some of like the extracurricular stuff that we're doing. And I think that's kind of it for this week there. At the daily clean, and then possibly gonna follow up with our contractor about some projects. And this one will be it's nice to do this week, but if it doesn't happen, that's okay. Really gonna focus on that whole daily flow this week and getting things done. So most of the travel stuff, like as I said, that I had pending is now finished. I got my Go Wild plane tickets. We took care of this trip that we have in May and like a work trip that I needed to book. It's just the Disneyland tickets, the Disney World tickets, but we have lots and lots of time, and my husband's been like researching sales stuff on that, so he's gonna handle that one. So I feel pretty good about all that admin stuff. We've got like a little bit more school forms and stuff like that, but most of that can't be done until after the kids go for their annual well checks. Yeah, so I think that's kind of where I'm gonna leave my weekly actions. Mostly it's just like have fun with the kids, find stuff for the kids to do, and still manage to get this work project done. And then the other stuff, you know, if I have time to work on it, I will work on it. And if not, well, then we'll see you next week. Hopefully when I've finished the work thing that I need to have finished. So this is this week in here, and I will be using the MakseLife flagship vertical. And if you're wondering why I didn't just use the weekly actions in here, because I always use MakseLife for my goals, but I don't always use MakseLife as my weekly planner or as a main planner. So I want to have all of my goals all together for the full year. So I have my companion notebooks here, and I'll use those regardless of what planner I'm using during the week, or if I'm, you know, using multiple planners, etc. Okay, so let's do some stuff. I've got all of like these pink pens and markers out. I've been using them pretty much all month long. Valentine's Day is pretty much my favorite planner season, if you will. So we're definitely going to be keeping up with that. I don't know if I'm gonna use a box every day or not. Actually, do I even have a box? I only have 6. Oh no, there's 7. I don't know if I'm gonna use one every day or not. What I am gonna do is put down some of these cute washies. I really like this one. I'll trim those, obviously. I'm worse. If tomorrow is a snow day, well, one, the preschool will just be closed, but then my oldest will actually have virtual learning because they're already over their allotted snow days for the year. So yeah, I'm really like, the weather looks kind of like marginal. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed here that we have school tomorrow. It would just be tremendously helpful. So let's do a couple things. One, we've got a priority for the week, so I think I'm gonna stick that up right here, right? Then, let's see what else we've got here. And that one, although I don't know what how long my to-do list is for this week, so let's maybe take care of that first. Then I'm just copying these over from my weekly actions for the most part. All right, so I think that's all I need. We can leave some space there. And then habits-wise, all of the usual habits that I do. And I already woke up on time and I've done a good job with Daily Flow and I am planning. So we're off to a great start for Monday. I think I'll maybe put this in here. And I don't know what I'm gonna put in there yet, but I'll leave it there, like that. Okay. So, I have currently 2 exercise classes booked. One on Wednesday. And one on, put the shoe between them. And then I'm hoping, like trying to book in one more class, but again, it's going to depend on the kids' schedules and also just what I can get into. And right now it's a little bit of a mess, but we're not going to worry about that right this second. So Wednesday is also Valentine's Day, and this is the day we have the class party in the afternoon. And then, oh, whoops, the kids, we've got our Wednesday usual, and we might try out a dance class too on Wednesday, but right now we've got, so gotta make a decision on that as well. And then today we've got reading. Tomorrow, my son has golf. And then Thursday, piano. Also Thursday is a half day. Just for my oldest though. I had a PTA meeting and just a boatload of work stuff. That is now done. And then we also did planning time, which is what we're doing right now. This actually has a little planner time sticker there, so I can use that. Yeah, so that way I don't jinx myself, and also we're just prepared for whatever actually needs to happen. So I think I'm gonna use, I guess we'll go every other day with a full box, and this one can kind of go towards the bottom. You would see that. And tomorrow, nope, that's not tomorrow, Friday, just the oldest. Oldest has no school. And I would really, like, ideally love to do something fun, like mommy and me activity, like some kind of activity with her. I don't know what that's gonna be yet. I gotta strategize that. Oh, we had a no school sticker. Use that. Okay. So I'm just gonna write, I don't know. I wanna take her to do something really fun. That's just her and me, because I think that would be nice. All right. And then Saturday, and then we got no plans on the weekend. And Sunday, we don't have to do Sunday reset because there's no school on Monday, so we can, I guess this one like kind of goes. I don't know. Right, so I highly doubt that there's Hebrew school because they close always. Yeah, so no Hebrew school, but I'm not 100% sure if there's tennis on Sunday, so we will have to check that. Sunday groceries and all that stuff will probably be on Monday instead of on Sunday. So we definitely need some good, solid weekend plans. And I actually may go to an exercise class this weekend if I can't get into another one during the week, so that I can, again, use up some of those class pass credits. And it's a nice long weekend, and I can go to an early morning class, and all will be good. But I think that is how I'm gonna leave this base for today. That's everything I've got scheduled. And again, really, the rest of my week is going to depend on what happens tomorrow. So I will come back after we know what's happening tomorrow, and we will keep going with this. The last thing that I do want to put in is we can use this bottom part as meal planning. And also at the very bottom, I have usually, well, last time I used this which was the first time that I've used this, I've done like a power appointment or a focus. I did a power appointment at the bottom. So I think this is going to be more of like a focus for the day, and then necessarily a power appointment, but I guess it could be kind of both. I think it's really fun. I just threw my pen. Oh, good. And then I'll use the rest of the space to do dinner. I'm just going every other with the color just for contrast. So for today, that focus was definitely like get organized. And then tomorrow, it's gonna depend on the weather. And then Wednesday will be the V-Day party. And then Friday is gonna be a big kid and mommy day. And we'll see Tuesday, Thursday, gonna depend on what happens with my weather. So that is that. And then take out on TV night, and tonight we are having so gonna give myself a reminder on Wednesday morning to set the slow cooker, and then Thursdays to take out on TV night, and then I plan Friday and the weekend a little bit more loosely once we're there. So that is. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to just kind of opposite of what I used on the bottom, the colors. There we go. All right, so that is the base for this week, and I will be back after we hear what happens with the snow tomorrow. So it's actually Thursday now, so I am gonna move some things around and fix this. I never came back and planned Tuesday because we did end up having that snow day. I am going to gently try and move some of these. Okay. So what happened is we had the snow day on Tuesday, and it was actually a virtual learning day for my daughter because we are out of snow days. It was kind of a pain. She was so excited for it, but then it was like a lot. But we did like a ton of activities and just generally had like a pretty good time for the day. Obviously, with that going on, helping her with virtual school plus having the two little ones home, I did not get like any work stuff done. On Wednesday, I just worked all morning until it was the class party, and I got a lot done. So I feel really good. I would have gotten more done if I had had all day Tuesday, because that was just like a longer day that I had. But regardless, I did what I could. I'm feeling good. I did go ahead and not go, like canceled the workout class on Wednesday, which is unfortunate from a class pass credits perspective, but I knew that if I went to exercise, I wouldn't get as much work done, and I just already had like such a limited amount of time for the day anyways, and I just really needed to prioritize that work stuff. So I'm hoping that I can go on Saturday morning instead. We don't really have like a lot of plans this weekend, although it's coming together. So we had a pretty fun snow day, except for that we didn't have power in the morning. Our power actually went out, and then like I said, it was supposed to be this virtual day. I mean, it was a virtual day, but then there were like I don't know, 600 houses in the general neighborhood that didn't have power. So then the district was busy like emailing every 5 seconds being like, it's okay if you don't have power, that's an excused absence, like don't worry about it. And then being like, but do try and join when you can. And I don't know, the whole thing was actually, again, I just felt like if they want to do it instead of, you know, having to make up snow days, I'm all for that, because no one likes to have to make up the snow days at the end of the year. But I think it just needs like a little bit of calibration, just in terms of like how many snow days to have before you have to switch to virtual, like how many to bake into the school year, and also just like the amount of work during the day too, because they were on Zoom kind of all morning, and then they had like this whole packet of things they had to do in the afternoon, and it was honestly like a lot. And then the next day I was literally in the class for this Valentine's Day party, and all of the kids were just like, I thought virtual school was gonna be fun, but it's not. I've also just been like, so much reading. This, I swear, I think this is the strongest start to the year that I've ever gotten from like a reading perspective. I don't really have anything else I want to mark for Tuesday, so I think I'm just gonna put in this washi. And then it was the weirdest weather, because it was definitely a good call for the school to cancel school. Like it was a mess in the morning, and we got, I don't know, like 4 inches of snow. And then the sun came out, it got super warm, and it was like all melted by the end of the day. We didn't even, like our plow guy didn't even have to come. So the cleaning people were here this morning. I went to spin class. I did my hair. I'm hanging out. My daughter has a half day. Been doing some admin stuff. I have a call, and then I'm gonna hang out with my daughter, and then it's takeout and TV night. Fairly certain we're getting Korean. Still counting this as a my day. I'll put this one as snow day. And then tomorrow, I'm pretty sure we're gonna go to the art museum. I'm not 100% sure yet, but that is what I'm leaning towards. Probably go get lunch. Okay, and then Saturday, I'm not 100% sure the activities that we're gonna do. My son has a play date, and then my daughter has a play date that's either gonna be Saturday or Sunday. Still trying to confirm all these schedules. And then if it's warm, I think we'll go to the zoo, and if it's not, we'll go to the Children's Museum. All right, so I think that's how I'm gonna leave it for today. I've got some more stuff to do. I'll probably just come back. Oh, let me check in with the habit tracker. I'll probably just come back again one more time so that you can see the end of the week, probably either late tomorrow or at some point during the weekend. I can go ahead and do that. That is not my dot marker. Oh, whoops, I only meant to do that up to Wednesday because it's Thursday night now. I'll just have to make sure that I actually do my whole dental thing this one. Have to do my whole dental routine tonight, so that's not a lie, but I'm gonna leave it there. And again, I will probably be back one more time. All right, it is Sunday morning now, and I am gonna go back and fill in a few more things and just like think about today and also, next week. But we have done a pretty good job. I did a pretty good job with the party planning. I've got more stuff to do for next week. I did not do anything for spring break or this. Or this, or this, and I did take care of the ClassPass stuff. And I definitely woke up. All right, so that is my habits. So I tried to go to an exercise class this morning. The teacher no-showed, but that does take care of my ClassPass credits. I ended up losing, I think, like 2 that couldn't roll over, but nothing to be done about that at this point. I did... And I asked the class to refund through them directly rather than ClassPass, which will circumvent the credits issue. And now I have just an extra class that I can do once I work up a bit more of the ClassPass overage that will now carry into next month. But I did go out and get coffee this morning because I was out next to a coffee place trying to go to a workout. But let's go back to Friday for a second. A little chaotic here. We went to the art museum, and then I took my daughter on a little Target run, and then we went to an afternoon tea. Oh my gosh, we had just like the cutest day together. It was so fun. That was my preschoolers, my two younger ones had school and my big kid did not. So that was what we did on Friday. We had just a really fun mommy and me day. And then on Saturday in the morning, we actually had a really busy day Saturday. Okay, so too many things going on. So in the morning, we went out for breakfast. I had a car maintenance, and then while we were out dropping off my car, we went out for breakfast since we were already out. Then my brother came over with his kids because he needed to get them out of the house for a little while. And then in the afternoon, my son had a play date at our house and my daughter had a play date at a friend's house. And that kind of took us through the day there. And then, oh my gosh, our kids, all three of them, I don't know if they were just like so exhausted or whatever, but all three of them were just so melting down in the evening. We ended up just like we just gave up and everybody went to bed like 15-20 minutes early, which we sometimes do with my youngest because, you know, she probably should still be napping, and I think she sometimes does nap at school, but we don't nap her at home anymore. And yeah, they were all going just absolutely crazy and just so unable to like handle the day anymore. No, actually, and then in the afternoon on Friday, we just did Legos and reading. I don't really remember what I did Friday night or Saturday, to be honest. I mean, last night I know what we did. I just kind of dozed, watched TV, a little bit of reading, a little bit of nothing. But yeah, but usually, so my oldest, we like kind of put her down at the same time as the other kids, but then she's actually allowed to like just stay up in her room and read for usually like 30 minutes or so, or she can like listen to music and stuff like that, which she loves to listen to Enya as she's falling asleep and all of this stuff. Just, you know, she's good about getting up to turn her lights off and stuff after. And then we'll occasionally do that to my son too, if he ever is for a shorter amount of time. But no, we were just like, everybody get in bed right now, just this is done. All right, so my son actually still has tennis, which I'm about to take him to in a few minutes, and then we are gonna go, probably without my husband, who is not feeling 100%, to my dad's house, where he has promised me pho soup from a favorite restaurant of his, which started doing like this thing where they only serve it on the weekends. They have like a weekend special of soup, so we'll see. So that should be cool because it's one of my favorites. And then I think I'm gonna give myself a little checklist. So here are the things that I wanna do. We already have groceries. We're already meal planned for next week. We actually did it yesterday, which is pretty unusual. And I did the laundry yesterday, so we kind of did like all of our Sunday usual things on Saturday, even though we have a long weekend on Monday, which means tomorrow is like pretty free. I do have some work that I have to do on Monday regardless of the holiday, but that's fine. I am finishing this. I want to edit this video, and so that I have that up for tomorrow. I have some work stuff that I need to do to make tomorrow easier since the kids will all be home. And I also would like to plan next week. And then I think this seems like a really great day to do, a really great afternoon, evening, whatever you want to call it, to do a family movie after we get back to my dad's. And then also we're having chicken for dinner, and I need to make sure I like set it in time because we're having a whole chicken. Okay, which actually, great. This was kid fun. I'll put like recover here. All right, so we had leftover / freezer clearer on Friday, and we had so little food in the house, fridge and freezer. Our freezer inventory is almost like completely worked down. We're definitely gonna need to do a big freezer restock soon, which is exciting because I love a freezer restock. And then last night we had Parmesan pork chops, favorite of the kids, with squash, not favorite of the kids, and noodles. And then tonight we're having whole tomato chicken, which tomato chicken is like one of our favorites as well. Basically, it's really easy. You just take San Marzano tomatoes, like the kinds that come in the big cans, and you just put those in the bottom of the pan with like a little olive oil and garlic and salt, and then you cut up some like bread, sourdough or some other kind of, you know, nice like crusty bread, and you cut that into slices and put it on top of the tomatoes, and then you put the chicken on top of the bread and you roast the chicken with like the bread and the tomatoes underneath it, and the chicken is then delicious roast chicken, but it's got like this amazing tomato sauce that's like underneath of it, that you then have like this bread that's been soaking in chicken juices and tomatoes. That's absolutely delicious. So yeah, that's a favorite of ours, and we're having that for dinner tonight. And that is it for this week. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and you can check me out on Instagram and TikTok at MyCraftyPlants for even more planner fun.